What? We're going to the farmer's market. Woo!
So this week, we are making one of my favorite foods, which is pizza.
The good stuff. The go-to. Hot or cold, it doesn't matter. Lay it on me.
Yeah, and
finally
so
we're eating some real food here.
It is summer, which means it is very hot here in Chicago. And we decided that we want a cold pizza, which some people might be like, cold pizza, but like, hear me out. It's veggie pizza.
Cold pizza.
Well, it's veggie pizza, right? So
okay.
That's a lot more normal. This was actually one of my favorite things growing up. And we would get like the Pillsbury dough and like roll it out and then layer on like the cream cheese and broccoli and carrots. And it was always a good time. It was always a party in my mouth. But we're changing it up a little bit because the latest and greatest trend in the pizza world is cauliflower crust. And we have had some really good cauliflower crust.
And some really bad.
And some really bad cauliflower crust. Yeah. But we have never, ever before in our life, tried to make cauliflower crust.
All right, so we're going to lead by example here and give it a shot.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and so, it'll turn out into a pile of burnt cauliflower crumbs, or it'll be great. We're doing it live.
So. Doing it live. Here I have some Italian seasoning that I mixed together, and I'm just going to go ahead and dump this in the bowl, and then we're going to mix in the egg. And we're looking like real professionals on this channel now, because did you see how I had all my spices pre-measured in that bowl? Like,
yeah, it's nice to have a production crew that can cut all this stuff up in advance for the team.
That's me. The other nice thing that we do is if you don't want to watch this entire video, you can look in the description and we'll post where you can just jump to. And that's kind of where we do a speed round recapping the recipe and then showing the finished product. But if you want to stay around for fun and laughs.
And to watch the mistakes happen as they unfold. Yeah, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Stay tuned.
All right, so we put our egg in, and then we're going to mix in our cheese and riced cauliflower. Now, I went through the work of chopping up the cauliflower and making riced cauliflower myself. So I basically just put it in my food processor until it was blended really well. And then I tossed it in the oven for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees. And then we put it in our nutbag, or you could use a cheesecloth, and we just squeezed it really hard until we could get as much water out as possible. And so we have our cauliflower rice, or if you don't want to do all that work, you can buy it. They sell it like everywhere now.
If this is a first time adventure, then, maybe start with that.
Or you could be like us and just, go
squeeze it out over the sink for like 15 minutes.
So I'm going to toss all that in, and then I'm just going to go ahead and mix this up.
Wow. Very rarely does Angela not use her hands to mix stuff up.
That's true. It's true. I'm probably already kind of regretting
Your fingers are very powerful tools, and there's certain dishes where that's just like the go-to process.
So if this turns out good, I almost kind of want to do a green cauliflower pizza crust at some point.
Broccoli. The broccoli crust. I don't know if they'll bake up the same way. You try and make them sound like they're exactly the same plant, but they're not quite.
They're not.
They're from the same
they're pretty
family.
Similar, though.
Yeah, they're
pretty well mixed. And then I'm just going to go ahead and roll it out. So you're really getting it all out of there. It looks like a pile right now, so who knows if this is even going to, stick together. Yeah. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe we're going to, really regret our life decisions.
It still looks pretty wet.
It does, yep. Could have squeezed harder.
15 minutes of squeezing, not enough.
Well, we also put the egg in it, so it's a little bit. So I've also made English muffins before out of cauliflower, and I swear every time I make those, I'm like, this is going to be a disaster, this is going to be a disaster, this is going to be a disaster, and then all of a sudden I'm like, holy cow, it worked, and they're really good. So I'm kind of hoping it's the same thing, because this doesn't feel like it's a cohesive unit to me yet.
I mean, your English muffins turn out amazing. We've made those twice before, and those are bomb dig.
So we'll see. I don't really want to get it too much thinner, or do you think a little bit thinner?
I'd say a little bit thinner. I mean, most cauliflower crusts we have are pretty crackery.
Yeah, but I'm getting some holes. Yeah. Guys, I'm really nervous about this. I really want veggie pizza tonight, and we don't have a backup plan.
I'd say this side is flat. This side needs to be rolled in the middle just a little bit more. It's looking pretty good though. There you go.
Who's the optimistic one for once? I'm over here like freaking out and you're like,
No,
it's looking pretty good.
You're doing great. I doubted you enough in that hot dog video for the both of us. So.
You're turning into Kris Jenner. You're doing great, sweetie. So I think we're going to toss this on some parchment paper and then just try baking it, and we're going to cross our fingers and hope that this crust turns out, because kind of like idiots, we don't have a backup crust. So if this crust doesn't turn out, we're just going to be eating toppings with like cream cheese.
So we only went halfway with the TV magic, right? All of our stuff was chopped up when we started, but we didn't have that backup one that we could have pulled out of the fridge.
So yeah, what we should have done is pre-made one, and then we could have been like, and here it comes out of the oven. No, this is the only one.
Nope, for next time, you two fools.
When this blows up in my face.
Whatever. If it falls apart, then I'm just gonna eat it and with a spoon. So like, it'll be great regardless.
Don't try this at home, boys.
Why is it so hot?
Because it came out of the oven.
You mean burnt pans?
Oh no! Put it back down. It's like a tattoo.
You know, knife?
No. You just had to be a little slower and a little more patient with it.
Oh my gosh, there's so many crumbs on the bottom of this.
It's still really wet. What were you doing at this thing for half an hour?
Oh yeah, we should have. Don't do what we do.
While the cauliflower crust is baking, we're just gonna go ahead and start making the sauce, which instead of like traditional pizza sauce, we're just gonna do some cream cheese, some mayonnaise, and since we made fun of it so much a bit ago, we're gonna put in Hidden Valley Ranch. But I will say, in my opinion, this Hidden Valley Ranch tastes nothing like the shelf Hidden Valley Ranch.
Right,
that you buy at the grocery store.
When you take this and you mix it with sour cream and make like chip dip, I don't think, that doesn't taste anything at all to me like the ranch dressing that's in the bottle.
So this is just like some good seasoning, a lot of salt, and like, onion powder, chemicals, garlic, but it's addicting and it's good.
And we've had it in our cupboard for like 7 years, so what a good time to use it. You can use sour cream instead of the mayonnaise. We just chose mayonnaise because we don't have any sour cream on hand, and Angela likes to do her plops, so we're doing it that way. And then we're just keeping it easy. You can doctor it up as much as you want to. You can add in fresh herbs if you wanted to as well. Yeah, dill's a good one. Parsley's a good one too. We're just going easy.
So do you want to get me a couple plops of mayonnaise there, Brett?
All right. We'll just do like 2 plops.
2 plops for now, yeah.
It's a heavy amount. 1 plop. 2 plops and a sling. All right.
And then I'm just gonna go ahead and dump the powder in.
Whole packet?
The whole packet, but what I will say I do is I kind of like to dump a little bit in and then just cover it in some liquid, because otherwise it can get really difficult to incorporate the powder. So I'll do about half and half. So we let our mayonnaise or our cream cheese soften for a little bit before we started mixing this, but it's still a little chunky. All right, Brett, you ready to dump the rest in here? Or are you reading about all the chemicals?
There's so much salt in here. It's like almost all salt. That's why it's so addictive, right?
Yeah, that's like the truth, honestly. That's why junk food is so addicting. It's like the salt and the sugar.
And the fat.
And the fat. Tastes like yummy ranch and chemical soup.
Oh, it's gritty and salty. All right, we got the cauliflower pizza in the oven, cooking it up. We got the dip all made, ready to go. And so we got some toppings that we need to finish off, right? To create our 3 layers of the pizza. So we have broccoli, cauliflower, carrots. Is that all we have in here?
Just broccoli and carrots.
Yeah. Oh, where's my cauliflower?
It's the crust of the pizza. Is that not enough for you?
Cauliflower overload.
Cauliflower on cauliflower?
Yeah.
Cauliflower 2 ways?
Yeah, so we've got, plenty of vegetables on top here for the veggie pizza. But we also found at the market these shishito peppers. We're just going to use bell peppers, but these are way more interesting. So we had these last year, and we got them from our farm share again. They're an interesting pepper because Angela, when she eats them, gets all the spicy ones.
So, not all the time, but 1 in every 10 shishito peppers is spicy.
Super spicy.
Super spicy, you start tearing up spicy. And I think we all know from my love of cayenne pepper and Frank's that it's not like I have a low spice tolerance, but 10% of the time you're gonna have a pepper that brings tears to your eyes. So we were eating them and I was like, they're not spicy, they're not spicy, they're not spicy. And all of a sudden I was like, Oh my god, spicy. Meanwhile, Brett has yet to experience a spicy prosciutto. So I'm hopeful.
She got all of them. Out of all the ones that we had, I didn't get one spicy one.
Today we're going to dice them up and we're going to put them on top of the pizza. And I'm hopeful that by dicing them up, if there's a spicy one in here, since we are going to spread them throughout the pizza, he will experience a spicy bite. And if we're really lucky, it's going to happen during the taste test.
You're not just going to make me eat a raw pepper? And see if I lose it?
Random chance.
Pepper down. That was the spicy one.
If there's a chance for me to get you attacked with a spicy prosciutto, I'm taking it.
Well, that's not malevolent or anything.
An easy way to do the broccoli, too, which we pre-did, was just to put it in a food processor and zap it. That way you're not sitting here trying to chop it really fine. Just gets the job done very, very quickly.
And how did you do these carrots, too?
The carrots I went ahead and did with a cheese grater. That's kind of one of our favorite hacks to do for carrots. Broccoli cheddar soup. It's really good to shred some carrots in there.
Yeah, and we showed how to do that in our
veggie burger.
Veggie burger video.
Yes.
Yeah, we showed that little trick.
When we went to the farmer's market this morning to get our carrots for this recipe, it was actually this really cool urban farm that we bought them from right here in the city of Chicago. And the other really nice thing was they just had carrots for us to sample before we bought, which is not always super common at farmers markets. I mean, sometimes if there's raspberries, they're like, oh yeah, try one. But a whole carrot.
Yeah, it was. And I was giving him a hard time. I was joking around with him, saying yo, are these the great carrots? And she's just like, oh man, she was all proud of it. She was like, here, try it. They're the best. They're super sweet. You're not going to find better carrots than this anywhere around here. And she was right. It was great.
They were very good.
I mean, we were already going to buy it anyway. But.
Yeah. Brett likes to joke with people.
Right? And support local.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so we got our chopped peppers here.
Mix it in the big bowl of toppings. Now, with my veggie pizza, I really like a thick layer of toppings. So you're going to notice when we put this on the pizza that it is it's a lot. But it makes it better that way. And the cream cheese is tacky enough that it'll hold all the toppings we want right on the pizza, no problem.
Tacky and salty. Good thing we have a lot of vegetables to cut. All that potentially unhealthy stuff, allegedly. Yeah, we always say, don't be afraid to, over-season your food. It's really hard to, actually fully over-season it. This is pushing it to the max.
Unless you buy one of...
This is, the 100% you want to go to. Most
processed food is actually...
Or prepared food.
Yeah, I would caution against. So, a lot of times we end up making our own sauces or marinades just because we can control the amount of salt and sugar in them. And even though we say don't be afraid to season, there's a lot of other things you can season it with, like onion powder, garlic powder, that aren't going to, add as much sodium into your diet. Did you get a hot one?
Nope. The streak continues.
Just wait. I'm going to mix it up real good. Come on. Spicy.
Maybe I'm immune. Maybe it's only you.
You're not.
Oh, yeah? Facts.
It's done baking. And guys, similar to the English muffins, it's catastrophe. I have, we don't know how it tastes, but it's holding together. It's a pizza crust.
It's pretty solid. I mean, it's not cracker crusty, which is good. Preferably for me, the way I like it. I like a little bit of chew in my crust. And I love the color on this. It turned out great. Yeah, so I mean, the cheese really helped brown it. The edges got a little extra done, but I think sometimes with cheese that just happens, and I'm not mad about it. And when we put it in, it was still really wet. It was really wet. I was freaking out. Right. So it turned out great. Yeah, the edges are a little bit crispy, but good. If you use we use mozzarella cheese in ours, but if you use Parmesan cheese instead, Parmesan cheese is a little bit drier of a cheese, so you're not going to have as much of that moisture holding it together, so maybe it doesn't cook as long. Yeah. But give it a try. Keep an eye on it. All right. So just to recap everything real quick for those who just wanted to hear the recipe, what we did for the pizza crust is we just used 1 egg, 1 cup of mozzarella cheese. Like Brett mentioned, you could do a cup of Parmesan cheese instead. We did about 1 medium-sized head of cauliflower that we turned into cauliflower rice first. So to do that, we baked it for about 20 minutes. Then we wrung all the water out of it. So you could just start with cauliflower rice from the store. So we mixed together the egg, the cheese, the cauliflower with some Italian seasoning, some salt, and some pepper. And then we went ahead and we made our topping right here, our sauce. All we did for that was
do a block of cream cheese, about 2 big heaping tablespoons of mayonnaise
or sour cream.
And then we mixed in our Hidden Valley ranch packet. And for the topping, we just went ahead and pureed some broccoli, and then we grated our carrots and chopped up our shishito peppers. So honestly, this was a very easy recipe to make. We will, of course, type up all of the instructions down below as well, but this was not hard at all, actually. So let's go ahead and start finishing, because I'm getting excited to eat this. Most of the time when I bake something, when I pull it out, it's like done, but now I kind of still have a lot of work to do.
Oh, I just ate a shishito that was hot.
Yes!
That's what I get for snacking. Yeah, they're a little spicy on the back end.
Right?
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
What a weird pepper.
I'm so glad we caught that on camera.
It's like back of the throat heat, too.
Yeah. But it's, right?
I'm trying to be all sly, just snacking on the vegetables.
I could hear you chomping in my ear. Ha. Ha. So this might be like a little aggressive, but honestly, for my veggie pizzas, I don't mind a thick layer of cream cheese. Really on my bagels, too. Like, I've never been upset about a big, thick layer. Some people are.
Like equal parts.
Yeah.
Bagel to cream cheese.
Yeah. Those might be a little aggressive on the toppings.
It looks like a lot of toppings. Looking good here. Crack.
All right, so we got our two pieces.
How many do you want here?
Oh, gosh, one of my hairs. That's not where that goes.
That's not where that goes. I can't wait to find that for the next pizza. Thank you for that. Not only was that level 2 gross for this pizza, but now we get to enjoy it for later. This is what I live with. All right, I'm getting the monster piece here.
Okay, you're just done cutting because you're too excited. Can't wait.
I mean, I had to cut around all the hairs. To no one's surprise, the cream cheese is salty.
Super salty. A little too salty.
It's almost a little too salty.
I would actually recommend, if you're going to do this, cut back to half a pouch of Hidden Valley, or do your own seasoning and don't put in as much salt.
It's not like it's too flavorful, but it's very salty.
It's just too salty.
Even with all the vegetables here, and I like to season. The crust, I think, turned out really good. Mm-hmm. The vegetables taste like vegetables.
And let's just want to try to get, like,
part of the crust.
It's a good cauliflower crust.
Yeah, it doesn't really taste like much.
No, it just kind of tastes like thin pizza crust, but it's not, like, super crispy and crackery, because Brett doesn't really like that, but it's not, like, doughy or anything, because that's not how cauliflower is.
If you left it in 5 more minutes, it would have got pretty crispy. But
yeah, but it's just a good texture. It's really, like, holding up
together
very well.
really well. Like, I can like, almost bend it in half, right? Like, going real, like, New York style. And yeah, I think it turned out really good. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't really that hard to make.
No, it was pretty easy. This is pretty good. Honestly, I would make this crust again. It was not hard. And I really like all the toppings. Like, for me, this is a good veggie pizza. Mm-hmm. It's simple, it's easy, and this is something really good to, like, put out on a party tray. Because you can just, like, cut it into smaller pieces and people can snack on it.
Yeah, little squares or strips even. You can just, like, grab up and kind of do bite sizes. Yeah, I think this is great.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat the whole rest of this later. And,
he doesn't just mean that piece, he means, like,
I mean the whole
piece.
pizza, yeah. Thank you, dinner. That's really why we make these videos, so I can just eat all of the food all the time.
Absolutely.
So. All right.
So, final thoughts. I would make this again. This turned out really good. I think this cauliflower crust is a really good alternative to, buying a store-bought one that might have, like, more sodium or something in it, because Lord knows we put enough in with the Hidden Valley ranch packet. But honestly, guys, it was pretty easy. So, if it might sound intimidating to make your own crust, that was one of the easiest crusts I've made. Next time maybe we'll make a cauliflower crust with a hot cauliflower, like a buffalo cauliflower pizza.
There you go.
So, cauliflower and cauliflower.
Cauliflower 2 ways.
All right. Well, if you like veggie pizza, go ahead and give this video a like. And please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you like our videos. And we will see you on the next one.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.